Hello, hello, hello. We are back. Let me see. This live is working at all. Can you hear me? Oh my God. Yes, live is working at all. Can you hear me? I can hear me on my other stuff. So thank you for very much to the lady in the chat, Alexandria. Thank you so much for letting me know my sound was not working. So I'm going to restart these all ZODIAC Signs. Okay, so that way, because I was only on Taurus and my sound was not even on in the first live. That is the first technical difficulty I had so far in December on YouTube. Thank you guys and gals for being so awesome about this technical difficulty that's going on. All right, so Aries, and then I'll go right to Tauruses, okay? Hi there, Scott. Burren 5557. Glad you can join me. And thank you again, Alexandria 9886. You're freaking awesome letting me know in the chat about my you're just in time. I had to redo this. Good thing I was not down the zodiac sign wheel. That would be kind of embarrassing, right? But now I can see YouTube. Gotta go with the flow, right? All right, so what's coming up for Aries in their December? Setback, anxiety, relocation, and cutting tides. Clarify all four of these cards for Aries. All right, so Aries, when it comes down to if you're thinking about relocation, Aries, we're going to be talking about that in your December reading, okay? So there's going to be a setback here in regards to how you want to go about things in regards to relocation, where you want to put your money towards, okay, Aries, in December. There's going to be financial stress, but you need to be patient because there's still money coming in. You're just needing to step up your efforts here, okay? So in order to step up your efforts, your challenge here is to overcome anxiety and worry in December about this and be focused on creating a solution here, okay? Through your beautiful ideas, because they're not stupid, Aries, okay? So buckle down, really see what your solutions are to create that revenue, like a side job, or you just know what it is. So trust yourself, because you will confront anxiety and give it the middle finger when you do this. So that way you glide right through it, okay, in December. In the near future, the idea about relocation is going to be put in the back burner because you're going to get through hopelessness here in the near future about this relocation. The outcome is great because you're going to have closure on what it is you need to disconnect from that's no longer serving you, whether it be those fears and anxieties, any kind of connection that is not meant to last, that's hindering your you from progressing forward. And you'll just know because you'll trust yourself and understanding what you need to cut out in December that no longer serves you, especially through financial stress in December. So what can Aries take away from their reading? A misunderstanding, Aries, may feel like a wall, but it is one that can be torn down, Aries, with patience, honesty. So listen with the intent to understand and release the need to be right. Clarity will emerge from this fog, okay? And that's what you can take away from this reading. Because once you do, you'll be able to reconcile any kind of disagreements, okay? Oh, wow. Scott is an Aries in my chat, and he said the house we rent is getting torn down on a year or so, so that's probably the relocation. Well, now we're on the same page if this was your reading, okay? Scott, thank you for letting me know in the comments. All right, so Aries, that's your reading. Now let's move on to Tauruses. You'll overcome it. Okay, Scott and Aries that resonate with that reading. All right, Tauruses, what's coming up for you, Tauruses, in December? Agreement, consistency, fear of change, feeling lost. This is almost like the Taurus ring I did, but when the sound went out and I have to redo it. Some of the same cards. All right, clarify all 4 of these cards, please. You're welcome, Scott. He said thank you for the reading. All right, so Tauruses, what's going down in your December is that there's going to be agreement here and some kind of partnership that you're looking into in order to have a major transformation and shift in your life. So your challenge here is whatever that agreement is, you're just needing to make sure that you are consistent and showing accountability, where you are transparent with yourself without any ego, stuff like that. So that way, through this transformation, you're able to think bigger, dream bigger, and see the world as your oyster here, okay? Especially if you're subscribed to me, okay, Tauruses, because I help you get out of survival mode to thriving mode. And when you do that, you're able to get through anything in life and you get that major shift that you've been wanting, okay? So here in the near future, you're going to have a lot of fears come up here in December, which you're going to be learning how to solve them on your own. by using your spiritual power, meditation, and being consistent with that, and also your self-care regimen. So that way it gets you out of survival mode and thriving again. And you'll have that in my channel, where you'll start learning how to invest in yourself in such a different way, Tauruses, okay? And it's free, all free. Yep, it should happen more in our society, but it rarely happens. So I do it so that way it's a huge ass victory for you and for the people around you, and we're here for it, okay? For victories for everybody to do things different so they're thriving, all right? Here in the end, you're going to feel lost, but you're still going to try to use your discernment so that way you find your way. So trust yourself, Tauruses, in December. Hasn't history always told you? When you look back, you always find your way when you're lost. You just got to trust yourself, all right? And that's your reading for that. So what can Tauruses take away from their reading? An apology is on its way, Tauruses, or you have been being called to offer one. Words carry the power to mend what has been broken, but only if they come from the heart. And that's what you can take away from this reading, okay? And you'll know what kind of partnerships you want to be consistent with, okay, Tauruses, from love and relationships, because they've always showed you that support, and some of them, well, were shitty. I know you Tauruses love it direct, so I'm giving it to you direct because that's what you deserve. So that way there's no bullshit, okay? So that's your reading, Tauruses. Let's move on to Geminis. All right, so what's coming up for Geminis in December? Ooh, losing battle. Ruh-roh. Ooh, a great vision. Oh, those beautiful visions that the Geminis have. Ooh, revelation. Overcoming. Yippee! Clarify all four of these cards for Geminis. All right, so I feel like I'm talking to a Gemini leader of some sort. If you're like, I'm not a leader, look at the choices you make, Geminis. I don't care if you want to be having a title of a leader or not. I'm talking to Gemini leaders, okay, to be frank, Susan, no, to be a mystic towards you. I'm letting you know. I'm being witty and sassy, Geminis, okay? Hopefully that gave you a good chuckle. Okay? So what's going down in your December, Geminis, that are leaders? You're going to feel like you're playing a losing battle on what you're doing. But you're just needing to understand that when you feel like you're losing a battle here in December, you just need to break that vicious cycle. It's that perspective, okay? I know it's hard, Geminis, because guess what? I'm a human being too, like you. But you're needing to break this vicious cycle, okay? Of thinking you're always losing, because you know you're not. Because whatever you feel is going backwards is actually going forwards for you. So, your challenge to breaking this vicious cycle of feeling like you're having always a losing battle is to hold tightly on your vision you have for the future, okay? And be consistent on holding on that vision. You just know what it is, Geminis, okay? Trust in its importance, Geminis, that vision in December. Nurture it with belief and take inspired steps to bring it alive. Yippee for Geminis. That is your challenge. Bring that shit to life. To be perfectly frank and Susie, goofballs. Because we need those beautiful ideas and visions that you have to come to life. I'm not preaching, but I'm inspiring you to, okay? Because here in the near future, you're going to have that revelation. Because what is tearing down and blocking you off is that revelation you're going to have here in the near future. This is an invitation to think bigger, Geminis, dream bigger. The world has placed limits on what is possible. Now is the time to see for yourself and what's behind them, behind those limits. Break that motherfucker open. See the beauty of what's behind that. And I'm inspiring you as a mystic too, because I've already seen it, to know how limitless those things can really come to life, Geminis. Human beings that are watching me. And who cares about the human conditioning? That's the limitations that come from our worlds. So we got to break right through them, right? The outcome is great because you're going to be overcoming anything that may seem daunting. You're going to be much stronger than you think. You're going to gather up your strength and focus your mind, and you will move through leaving doubt and fear behind, Geminis, because you're going to master your destiny. You're going to be more of a conscious creator of it, okay? You're going to take the bull by the horns, okay, Geminis? Give me one card. What Geminis can take away from their reading? What you can take away from this reading, Geminis, is that there's going to be good luck, cleared weather, presenting an opportunity to move forward with your plans confidently. The conditions are going to be ripe, and the timing is good for your venture. So put that beautiful vision out in the world, because we're ready for it, okay, Geminis? This is your green light to do it, okay? And if you have any apology you need to give to anybody or even to yourself, this is your sign too. So you can move through any kind of limitations in December, okay? Yippee! That's your reading, Geminis. Ooh, I can't wait to see what Geminis put out in the world. Should be very cool. Now, what's coming up for Cancers in December? Malicious intent, facing shadows, a higher plan, anxiety. Clarify all four of these cards for Cancers. All right, Cancers, what's going down is is you're going to have closure here of who it is that's having a malicious intent towards you in December. It's because you're gaining more discernment and clarity about it on who's for a Cancer and who wants to be a jackass towards a Cancer and not want to support them thriving. I'm here for your thriving, Cancers. I don't care what it is you do in life, what you did in the past. I'm here to help you through to always thrive, okay? So I'm here one of those support systems, okay? Now the rest, you got to find out by using that clarity of your discernment, okay? And you will. And you'll know who to slam that freaking door on. Yippee! Because your challenge here from your higher self, your spirit guides even too, are trying to let you know that they're watching over you. Your soul wants you to know where the way is and to trust it in December. That's going to be your challenge. So when that doubt clouds your vision, listen to yourself and trust yourself in December in order to face those fears, okay, of what is hidden, okay? We're going to see what is hidden from a Cancer. What is hidden from Cancers that they need to know now in December that needs to be revealed to them? 3 cards, please. What is hidden from you is a celebration is in order for you, Cancers, for all that you have endured and all that you have become. Let joy rise in your heart, Cancers, because you deserve to be happy. This is what's been hidden from you. You've gone through some shit. And when you go through some shit still in December, you're needing to really understand to focus on your joy, because that's what's going to give you the balance and the discernment, that clarity, okay? What also has been hidden from you that needs to be revealed now is you need to step up in your power. You are not meant to cower in the shadows of others, Cancers. The time has come to step into your power, to own your choices, and to actualize the potential that you know is within inside you, okay? Last thing that needs to be revealed to you, Cancers, is you are going to be stepping into a path in December that may demand more that you are already to give. This journey is not impossible, Cancers, but it may test your limits in every turn. So know what your limits are, set healthy boundaries with you and others. And that's how you be decisive as a leader, because you're just as important as anything else you find important, okay, Cancers? And when you really understand this that I'm giving to you of what needs to be revealed, you will have the fruits of your labor, what you put out there in the world, what you work hard for, is going to grow. Your efforts are going to mature into tangible success. It is finally time to reap the rewards of all you have so patiently and purposely cultivated. You need to see this to be inspired to know now what you need to know for December. So face those fears. Trust yourself, okay? Because here in the near future, You're going to be investing into your wellness, and it's going to pay off because it's going to help you keep on making choices that support your highest good. And you're going to slowly start seeing through your meditation the higher plan for you, coming into your full-blown potential as a human being. The outcome is you're going to be getting through anxiety. You know, those thoughts that spiral out of control sometimes. You're going to get through it. Because you're going to see the familiar has served you well, but it is time for you to discover who you are beyond those anxiety borders. You're going to be curious about life. That's what's going to be the spearhead through anxiety. Yeah, being inspired really chokes the freaking anxiety and worry and kills it. Being inspired and empowered. And you are going to go wanting to experience more. I even get looking into traveling, but definitely letting go and taking the first step out of that anxiety and worry. I feel like it's towards the end of December is when you start planning being more curiosity to get out of your boundaries that you've been in. And it's okay because we have those boundaries for us to heal, you know. And then we learn how to take them back down and be curious again about life, you know. So what can Cancers take away from their reading? Live your truth, Cancers. That's what you can take away from this reading. Live your truth. Your truth is your compass, and the time has come to follow it without fear. No more hiding, no more compromising who you are, Cancers. Do what feels right, even if it's not what others expect of you. And that's the fun part, Cancers. I don't do what people expect of me. It's because I'm the spearhead to help people get through. This is why I love being a mystic oracle healer. It's because I am the way shower, the pathfinder, and I help you get through. Big hugs, Cancers. Just so you know, when you live your truth, you're going to have a veil of protection from your spiritual source, okay? And from me. And that's your reading, Cancers. Really hope it helps, okay? Now let's move on to Leos. Hi there, Michael. Glad you can join me. All right, so what's coming up for Leos in December? Misunderstanding. Blessing in disguise. Golden opportunity. Heavy burden. Clarify all 4 cards. All right, so Leos, What's going down in your December is that you're going to have a misunderstanding with someone or someone's. And so you're just needing to, through those misunderstandings, be patient and be honest in the situation. Listen with the intent of understanding through the misunderstanding you're going to have with someone or some people. And release the need to be right. More clarity will emerge from the misunderstanding, okay? And that's when things are going to improve in December for you, okay? There will be progress through this misunderstanding, so keep on going. By living your truth, and that is your challenge in December. It will be a blessing in disguise, okay? What may feel like it's loss or a failure, it is actually a blessing in a greater scheme of things, okay, Leos, in December for you. In the near future in December, you're going to have a golden opportunity here in order to face your fears, which will upgrade you and align you okay? I get something from work. Part of that golden opportunity, okay? What is this? Clarify facing fear and golden opportunity with one card. All right, so what this is about, you're going to have a golden opportunity to relocate. So you're needing not to cower to this, because this is going to give you the financial relief that you need. For some of you, Leos have been inquiring about that, okay? So don't be afraid in taking that opportunity, okay? I feel like you are. Because here in your outcome, you're going to be carrying a lot of burdens with you, responsibilities and inner battles. You may feel like this burden is so hard for you, but you don't see that it's an opportunity for you to be more committed to taking good care of yourself through your health. Because if you keep on taking good care of your health and making good choices that support your highest good, you're going to drop these burdens and you're going to get through them. Okay? Towards the end of December. So what can Leos take away from their reading? What you can take away from this reading is that the energy of abundance is buzzing around you, Leos. This is a fertile time to build, create something of a lasting value. What you nurture now will provide nourishment for the seasons to come. Okay? That's what you can take away from this reading. If you need to apologize to yourself or others, this is the right time to do that. It clears the way, creates a new start with inside you, okay? especially if you've been very hard on yourself, Leos. It's not the time to keep on being a taskmaster to yourself. Not now, not always, okay? That's your reading, Leos. Now let's move on to Virgos. What's coming up for Virgos in December? Empowerment, fertile abundance, blessing in disguise, unspoken words. Clarify all four of these cards. All right, Virgos. What's going down with you in your December is you're going to be challenged not to be in the background anymore, okay? You're going to understand your limits and set healthy boundaries in December, so that way you are not spreading yourself thin. And whatever you're doing in life, okay? So your challenge is to keep on creating and building and leveling up yourself, okay? And your creations. Because there's going to be a lot of buzz on what it is you are creating and doing. There's going to be a lot of growth in it, okay? So your challenge is make sure that you're creating and leveling up yourself by making sure that you're consistent with taking good care of yourself and your creations in December, okay? In the near future, what you may feel that is loss or a failure is going to be a blessing in disguise, because you're going to get growth and expansion out of any kind of family pain that you went through. In return, it's going to inspire yourself and others. Because for some of you Virgos, whatever you post is going to inspire others to grow through any kind of family pain. Your outcome is good because you're going to be looking into any kind of karmic tides that you need a break. And that is you not speaking up, or there not being any communication with people that you have unresolved issues with. You're going to look deeper into these connections that hold both challenge and purpose for you in the end, where there's unspoken words with you and others. I get romantically, business, friendship. You're going to really see of whether or not you want to release what no longer serves you with people, places, and things. But I get mostly people, Virgos, here in the end, December. It's like you're going to be going through a purge. So what can Virgos take away from their reading? You are gaining a platform, a following of individuals who are drawn to your message, Virgos. This influence is a powerful gift, so use it to inspire, uplift, create a meaningful change, okay? Because when you believe in magic of the universe, you cultivate beyond the reach of logic, okay? That's what you can take away from this reading. So I'm dealing with an influencer that is a Virgo. Who would have thunk it? I already know who it is. So good luck. Now you got your reading. And for a general reading for Virgos, it's just keep on making sure you level up throughout your path and what you're running, create and release what no longer serves you in December, especially the pain of the past with your family, okay? And that's your reading. Really hope it helps, Virgos. Now let's move on to Libras. What's coming up for Libras in December? Wish fulfillment. Recognition. Nice. Reconciliation. Setback. Clarify all four of these cards for Libras. Collaboration. Ooh. All right, Libras, in your December, your wish fulfillment of collaboration can come into fruition here. Now, who it is you want to work with, okay, Libras, and create with. As long as you set aside any kind of egos and have mutual support, okay, with this collaboration that you want. You'll just know because the people that want to collaborate with you, Libras, are the people that really see your vision through without any of those power ego trips, you know what I'm saying? So your challenge through this is not to feel emptiness and the weight of loss, but you being more resilient through this situation and reveal your deeper wisdom about resilience here. You're going to get recognition for all the hard work you do. So don't give up with this collaboration towards your wish fulfillment, okay? Because it's coming in the forefront in December for you, Libras. Here in the near future, you're going to have reconciliation with the people that you want to collaborate with, but you're going to feel like you don't have enough in regards to money. You're just needing to switch your perspective up here because there is a flow of abundance that hasn't stopped. It's just waiting for you to step into the path where your efforts and purpose are aligned through reconciling with the people that you want to collab with, okay? The outcome is you're going to be putting up all your walls up, Libras. And that's what's going to give you the setback, where it's going to get you to transform, to tear down all those walls, because you're watching them online and who it is that you want to collab with, Libras. And you're just putting up all these walls. So ask yourself, do you truly want to be in solitude, or are you afraid of what connection may bring? Because this is going to be your challenge to really be the spearhead of your own walls, to tear them back down. But I feel like you're trusting yourselves to put these walls up because of the fact you may feel progress feels impossible because of timing. So through that isolation here towards the end of December, you're learning how to trust yourself, Libras. Okay? And I feel like mid-January is when you're going to start wanting to tear back down all your walls. So what can Libras take away from their reading? A higher plan, Libras. A higher plan is unfolding for you beyond what you can consciously comprehend. This divine design is perfectly aligned to support your growth as an individual, as well as the harmony of the collective. So incubate your ideas and learn how to trust yourself through this isolation. Because it's going to get you to believe in magic of the universe in order to move beyond the reach of logic, unlocking new dimensions of possibility and serendipity. Okay? Everybody has their free will. I'm all for it, Libras, even if you want to go on the voyage of the inner verse of you within those walls, okay? Everybody has their moments, even mystics too. So that's your reading, Libras. So what's coming up for Scorpios in December? Major shift. Fear of change. Problem solved. Woo! Warning, warning. Clarify all four of these cards for Scorpios. Oh, wow. Scorpios. There's going to be a major shift in December of showing more accountability and being honest with yourself without any excuses and without any ego. And that's what's going to transform your whole life, is that accountability. you're going to see that there's going to be a reshaping in the world Once felt stable is falling away to make room for something even more aligned. And you're going to feel that it's a breakdown, but it's actually a breakthrough, Scorpios. So your challenge is to face that change, to level up yourself from surviving to thriving. But if you're like, but hey, Mary, I'm already making a lot of money. Yeah, I'm having some kind of financial constraints, but I'm still doing okay. Yeah, there's change going on in your world too. This is for all Scorpios, whether you're rich, poor, whatever class you are. Okay? You're needing to confront that fear of change and level up. Here in the near future, you're going to have your problem solved where you're living your truth. Because your truth, you're going to find that it is your compass. Whether you're not hiding anymore, you're not compromising who you are, Scorpios, but you're doing what feels right, even if not others, even if Scorpios. You do something different than expected from others. And your outcome in December, you're going to get a warning. Be mindful of what you create out in the world. There will be buzz around it. But if it is something that hinders people's growth in some kind of way, you're going to screw up an opportunity. So if it's manipulative, if it's going against people's free will, if it's putting people in survival mode and thriving, it's not going to flourish anymore. And I'm talking to Scorpios that watch me or some kind of creator on some kind of platform. I'm especially talking to you. It don't matter if you're a nurse or a doctor or some kind of influencer. Okay, Scorpios, if you are going against the grain, it's not going to flourish anymore, to be crystal clear. Now, for those who don't have an influence on like YouTube and all that stuff, this is a warning. To pick and choose your battles here, because there is your opportunity to re-elevate your situation and decide whether or not you want to proceed on what it is you want to nurture here. Like what you want to build and create for the next year and other seasons to come. So trust yourself in what that is. And I feel like you're going to understand what that is at least a week before the new year. So what can Scorpios take away from their reading? You were not meant to cower in the shadows, Scorpios, for others, of others, or for others. The time has come to step into your power, to own your choices, Scorpios, and to actualize the potential that you know is within inside you. So step up in your power. That's what you can take away from your reading. Because that's when things are going to really flourish. Okay, and grow for generations to come, okay? So that's your reading. Now let's move on to Sagittariuses. What's coming up for Sagittariuses in December? Woo, the Lovers. Good health. Resentment. Fertile abundance. Yippee! Clarify all four of these cards for clarify all four of these cards for Sagittarius. Interesting reading, Sagittarius, already. Didn't want the drama. There's going to be drama here. All right, Sagittarius is in your December, you're going to have an opportunity for a relationship. And so you're needing to live your truth and speak it. If you're like, Mary, I don't want a relationship with no one, then live your truth and let them know that. If you're like, Mary, I don't want to go back to that ex, that person from the past, then speak it and live your truth. If you're like, but Mary, I'm single, Sagittarius, and I want to date this person, then live your truth, okay? Because your challenge is, while you're living your truth, is to be committed also about making choices that support your highest good and taking good care of yourself, okay, Sagittariuses? Because that's what's going to make sure that you get through any shifts, major shifts in December with inside you about anything that goes down in your love life, okay? Here in the near future, you're going to be being really honest with yourself, Sagittariuses, okay? Without any excuses, without an ego. You're going to be very honest to see if you're holding on to any resentment here in your love life, okay? And I feel you're going to do the best you can. Because here in the outcome, you're going to want to take out the time to build and create more. I feel even wanting to go travel, especially if it's someone long distance or just you just being curious about traveling here in December. I feel like it's more of, for you Sagittarius, is it planning for an adventure for the next year, which is going to be cool. Your curiosity is what's going to get you to venture out of your bubble for the next year. So have fun with that, because I always love adventure too, Sagittariuses. So what can Sagittariuses take away from their reading? Well, step up in your power, Sagittariuses, because you're not meant to cower in those shadows, okay? But now it's time to own your choices, actualize your potential that you know is within inside you, okay? That's what you can take away from this reading. Step up in your power. It's time. Because it's going to get you to collaborate with people are just as cool as you, Sagittarius is. Okay, that's your reading. Right to the point. Now let's move on to Capricorns. What's coming up for Capricorns in December? Ooh, a distant journey. The Lovers. Capricorn's like, great. Live your truth. Family tree. Clarify all 4 of these cards, please, for Sagittarius. Sorry. Clarify all these cards for Capricorns. Whew, this is going to be cool. All right. So Capricorns. I'm talking to Capricorns that they know they're making plans, or they've already made them, in regards to traveling in December. Okay. So through your traveling, you just need to make sure you make healthy boundaries and know your limits, okay? And take your breaks along your journey of travel, okay? Because you're going to be challenged through this time of having love and compassion for yourself while you're traveling. And when you create that, it's going to help nurture you throughout your travel, where you're enjoying that traveling in December, that beautiful journey that you're creating for yourself, instead of going, well, this sucks and I'm never going to want to do this again. You get what I mean? Here in the near future, you're going to isolate yourself and understand how to live your truth. So let me give you an example, Capricorns. When you go out and travel, are you traveling because you want to see the sights? Are you traveling to a long distance lover? Are you traveling because you want experience of looking at these beautiful sights you want to see in your travels? This is how you discover your truth, when you isolate yourself. Not you isolate yourself and going like this, peeking through the hole and going, well, I want to do things. I want to do this travel. I'm curious about it, but I don't know how people are going to treat me. You're figuring things out here in the near future through your isolation. What your truth is of what it is you want to do in this life in order to experience what it's like to be a human being. And all of that, what that entails of meeting beautiful people. How you're going to love yourself through it. There's going to be these new experiences that wait you, Capricorns, if you're willing to let go and take the first step. It's going to take you well, and it's all right. You're taking it slow because you don't want to be hurt again. And you know that it takes time to come out of your comfort zone, especially if family has been trying to hinder that with going, if you go out of there, the world's going to tear you apart. Hey, Capricorns, I went through the same thing. And I had to not allow my beautiful family's fears to hinder my growth and my experience on becoming a full-fledged human being. And you're going to learn that people's fears that are being projected onto you is not going to work anymore in your life. You're going to build up the practice, the stamina of nurturing yourself through your self-care regimen and your power of meditation to be the spearhead through those people's fears. You're going to realize those were never your fears. And if you have some a little bit along the way, you're able to get through it. This beautiful world is here for a reason. And we're here because we've chosen to be on this world to experience touch, taste, smell, everything. So all I'm trying to say is, when you get over those fears of the pain that and the fears that your own family put onto you, or whatever trauma that what you've went through, it's going to be okay. Because when you're healed, you'll tear them back down and you want to be curious and venture forward. And I feel like here in the near future, when you are isolated, you're still going to be curious and peek around, going online, really seeing what kind of traveling and stuff you would like to do. There's nothing wrong with planning. Write it in your journal. Inspire yourself, okay, through different cultures and practices or anything like that, okay? Their art, their music, okay? Because towards the end of December, you're going to be cutting ties of all the connections that are not meant to last. You're going to understand that some bonds become chains holding you back from the life you are destined to live. You understand that it's time to cut the ties that no longer serve you. And that is inheritance of pain through your family lineage. Okay? It's a great outcome because you took the steps that you needed to. So love yourself deeply in these moments of isolation, Capricorns, because you're growing and becoming, okay? A much more higher version of yourself towards your highest good, okay? So what can Capricorns take away from their reading? Ooh, cool. This is your invitation to think bigger and dream bigger, Capricorns. The world has placed limits on what's possible. Now it's time to see for yourself what's beyond them, so you can see things limitlessly again. Because when you came into this world as a baby, you were not conditioned and you were able to see limitlessly, feel limitlessly through your love, okay? And then your problem will be solved. Okay? That's your reading. Now let's move on to Aquariuses. Yippee! What's coming up for Aquariuses in their December? Manipulation. Separation. Spirit world. Woo! Argument. Clarify all 4 cards. Explosive. All right, Aquariuses. You're going to have situations that come in of different kind of people that are going to come in. You're just need to use your power of discernment, who it is you want to separate from these people, different kind of people that are going to come in, where you're going to have to discern whether they're manipulating you or they're actually offering you a helping hand, okay? When you separate yourself from people, that's when there's going to be a blessing in disguise here. Though the meaning of the moment may still be unclear, its purpose will ultimately be revealed in time. So I get a feeling that this is not a good time to collaborate with others, okay, Aquariuses? What got channeled in? Respectfully decline their offer. And see, when you step back, how it unfolds. Okay, so Aquarius, you got to know this, because I have a lot of different Aquariuses in my life and all other zodiac signs that are my friends. But you know, Aquarius, there's certain people that you can connect well a little bit more than others. But I have some friends in the spiritual community here on YouTube that I know I connect with, and yeah, we network really well with each other. We know our own thing. We don't step on each other's toes, right? Aquarius is wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So I got this offer that got emailed to me about this one website that is not it is from an is really a CEO, okay, and he's been emailing different psychics, tarot readers, and all that stuff. He likes to believe that his website is a large platform. Look, if I'm talking to Aquarius that has their own platform on YouTube or different other platforms, and you're wanting to get a higher following, don't go for these ones that will say, hey, we offer a website that can help you and other psychics and other readers like you. You sign up, but then you're having to, while you're doing your readings and stuff on their website, they ask for a chunk of revenue from you. It's just better to make sure you're making your money through your lives, through your own website, and not these third-party websites, because all it is you being a slave to their website and their rules. You get what I'm saying? So I'm giving those creators that are doing similarity kind of platform that I am, so as an example. So what I'm trying to say, Aquarius, is you just need to use your discernment on who it is that is for you or against you in regards to how they want to collab with you in December, okay? And when you separate from those people, it's a blessing in disguise in December, because you're going to get the insights and how it's going to unfold, more of the news of why you shouldn't have collaborated with them. And it was good that you trusted yourself, okay? Here in the near future, you're going to be spending more time in space with your own spiritual source, and being connected and committed to also making good choices that support your wellness and your highest good. The outcome is in December, you're going to be getting through any conflicts that are brewing, because you're going to be mindful of your words and your actions that can spark and ignite an argument or a misunderstanding, okay? And you're getting that heads up so that way stupid people don't misunderstand an Aquarius, okay? To be perfectly clear. I got you, Aquariuses, okay? You got all the support I can give you, okay? So that way you're always moving forward without having to deal with bullshit obstacles of people misunderstanding you, know what I'm saying? So what can Aquariuses take away from their reading? Accountability. Make sure you're accountable, okay, in December without any excuses, without any ego. What you see may be uncomfortable, but it's the very truth that will set you free, okay? That's what you can take away from your reading. It'll lead you where you're still being curious, wanting to venture out, and willingness to let go of these kind of people in order to make your first step, okay? And looking at other inventors and people to network with, okay? And that's your reading. Let's go into Pisces now. What's coming up for Pisces in their December? Higher plan, recognition, unfortunate loss, financial stress. Clarify all four of these cards for Pisces. All right, so Pisces, this has to do with what you do for work in December. There's going to be a higher plan here and about you relocating. Okay. So your challenge through this is incubate your ideas for another time, because things are changing in December, okay, for you. And things are going to be changing in the recognition that you deserve here in your career, okay? So to be crystal clear, it's not time to relocate. Here in the near future, you're going to have a transformation through unfortunate loss and a power struggle with it. You may have lost something or someone irreplaceable, but the emptiness is unbearable. As you feel the weight of loss, it is refining you and defining you, Pisces, and transforming you here in the near future. The outcome is you're going to get through financial stress. That's because your belief in faith you're going to invest in order for you to go beyond the reach of logic so you're not caught up in a mental prison about it. So what can Pisces take away from their reading? Love is offered as a gift, Pisces, but it is the choice to embrace it that gives you power. And when you choose to open your heart, Pisces, to love, you unlock a deeper sense of meaning in even the smallest moments, okay? So love yourself through all these changes that are occurring in December for you, because it's getting you to have a new start with inside you and those around you, okay? Especially if you've been wanting to move past being not recognized for all the hard work you do, okay? There'll be an apology that comes in, or you apologizing to yourself if you've been very hard on yourself, or both. So that's your reading, Pisces, for December. Really hope it helps. Now let's do the bonus reading for male and female zodiac sign leaders, okay? That starts now. So what's coming up for male and female zodiac sign leaders in December? Give me their what's coming up, their guidance, and their spiritual practice to get them through. Out of the darkness, the light is born. So you're going to go through an awakening and a transition here, male and female zodiac sign leaders in December, where you're not stuck in the dark anymore, but you're persevering through any kind of conflict or fears, okay? There it is. One second. $17. So all issues can be healed through the unlimited resource and creative resourcefulness of the divine male and female zodiac sign leaders. You're destined to be part of the creative solution for any issue that you have in your life or that exists in the world that touches your heart. The issue only exists so that divine genius can solve it. So struggles are sometimes the best way for us to learn something we need to understand for our life journey. So trust when you ask for help. Even apparent impossible situations can be turned around. With willing human engagement and divine grace, there is more than enough light, healing, and creative innovation, wisdom, and energy available to keep Mother Earth and all her creatures, including humanity, thriving. Never give up your hope and trust in what is possible, male and female zodiac sign leaders, nor your willingness to act upon that hope and trust, okay? And that is your guidance. And here is your spiritual process whenever you need to use it, okay? If possible and practical, this exercise can be done barefoot. If you cannot physically move through the process, then visualize by closing your eyes and imagine it instead. Stand comfortably with your knees slightly bent and feet about hip width apart. Allow your posture to be straight but relaxed. Direct your awareness into your feet. You can help this process by wiggling your toes a little. Shift your weight slightly from your heels to toes, side by side, and rise up onto your toes and back onto your heels if your balance is good today. So close your eyes and imagine that you can feel your feet from the inside. Imagine, feel, or intend that your feet can sense the energy of the earth, rich, nourishing, and vitalizing, and the ground beneath you. Imagine and intend that the magnetic pulling power of your feet is strong enough to create a palpable connection, a gentle suctioning motion between your feet and the energy of the earth. Allow the energy, the earth energy, to build up beneath your feet, then up through your being, softly out through the top of your head, gently cascading down on either side of you, soaking back into the earth. Three breaths when you're doing this visualization. Now please say aloud, I call upon divine grace and unconditional love to show me truth and creative solutions, empowered by divine wisdom for all matters in my life, including all life on this planet, all human beings. May all beings know and be blessed, assisted, and empowered by the Divine Mother to fulfill their purpose and potential. So be it. Now place your hands in a prayer and bow your head. Three breaths in and out. And you've completed the spiritual process, my zodiac sign leaders. Please enjoy your journey now. And you can do this at any time, whenever you need to, okay? Especially in December, all right? And that's the end of all the zodiac sign readings. A quick brief update on what's going down. Please follow me if you haven't already on all my other platforms, including my X platform. That link is down in the description box. You can like, share, and subscribe, and comment down below, and I'll be able to see it. So that way, if you have any questions, I will answer it as soon as possible when I see it, okay? Other than that, things are going really good. I will still be posting, and future content, it will be on my X platform. So come on and join me there too, especially in this next new year. I'll be posting more on that, okay? But until then, if you like to do meditation and everything, I also do those daily meditations. It's 5 minutes for 14 days, then 7 days, 10 minutes. Then the last week of December, I'll be doing 15 meditation minutes. So this is getting to invest in yourself where you're thriving in life and not surviving, okay? I also do weekly readings on my channel and also in the future when I move to the X platform, along with some other readings, but especially if you have a no contact person, so you can get your answers there as well. All right. So I will see you next time. Bye for now.